I can only imagine the pain and suffering endured by people who have lost loved ones to violent crime. But I can totally imagine the anger when loved ones are murdered by suspects out on bond for previous murder charges. As reported by Fox 26 in Houston, no fewer than 113 defendants charged with capital murder have been inexplicably granted bond and released back onto city streets pending trial. Why, you might ask? Well, because of racism, of course. Once again, let me say we should never underestimate the true power of the madness of groupthink, especially woke groupthink. You see, these people at the top don't have even a basic grasp of the human condition on the streets, in the schools, and probably most importantly, in the legal system we all participate in. They don't understand addiction. They don't understand true hopelessness, and for damn sure, they do not understand trying to raise a family trafficking through all these factors. It's really pretty simple. You see, it's virtually impossible to do so from gated communities and Ivy League college campuses. Look, out of control political correctness and the whole Black Lives Matter canard is one thing. The murder of innocent people by thugs out on bail on previous capital murder charges is quite another. It's obscene. It's downright insane, and it must be stopped. We'll go over more of the details right after this quick commercial break to pay some bills. Do you have a personal butcher? I certainly don't. Well, until now, I introduced to you The Personal Butcher. They offer you the highest quality meats by partnering with best-in-class farms located in the United States. Okay, so here's how it works. They'll send you a custom box every 4 weeks, and you can pause or cancel at any time, or just change the frequency of deliveries. The Personal Butcher believes that quality meat shouldn't be a hassle to get your hands on. They want every home in America to have access to the best quality, and with the same convenience as getting the mail from your mailbox. So let's talk quality. They offer the best quality products raised here in the United States. Grass-fed beef, free-range chicken, anabolic-free pork. Their meat is 100% raised, processed, packed, and shipped in the United States. It's processed from family farms in Idaho, Montana, and Iowa. It's then packaged and shipped out of their Chicagoland area distribution center. So if you're interested in feeding yourself and your family from a high-quality source you can trust, while at the same time supporting this channel, give the Personal Butcher a try by hitting that link in the description box.
Amid an ongoing crime wave, public safety in the Bayou City enduring a genuine decline. As murders rise, accountability falls. A jail in crisis, court dockets clogged, and a local judiciary prioritizing the rights of criminals over the well-being of innocent victims. With a community's sense of security in freefall, an unprecedented number of citizens are arming themselves against the threat. With the rule of law under assault, what can be done to turn the tide?
Okay, so according to the local Fox 26, more than 50,000 accused felons in Harris County have benefited from the catch and release philosophy of left-wing driven criminal justice perpetrated by the current crop of Democrat reform judges. Kamala Cashless Bail Harris was once again unavailable for comment, I guess. So according to Crime Stoppers Houston, 155 people have now lost their lives as a direct result of this inexcusable madness. Houston KHOU 11 found the same trend while looking at 407 capital murder charges filed in Harris County between September 2016 and September 2021. They discovered that records show 113, or 28% of those suspects were released on bond. Of those out on the streets, 30 to 27% got arrested for another crime. Houston Police Sergeant Larry Gibson expressed concern over the bond release. This from KHOU. Quote, "It's very concerning. It's very concerning for everyone involved. Guys out on capital murder bonds, they just don't have the fear." He continues, "So they're like, I'm out on this. If I get caught, well, I'm already on bond for murder. What do I have to lose?" Yeah, but it's more than that though, really. What is Democrat-controlled society saying to violent criminals? Sort of like, hey bud, that was a bad thing you did, but we're gonna let you go because it wasn't really that bad, so don't do it again, okay? Hell, it doesn't even really take a noted law enforcement expert like LeBron James to understand the recidivism of violent criminals. And meanwhile, the Democrat Party does more than just turn a blind eye to the real pandemic of violent crime spreading across America. Democrat lawmakers all but champion violent criminals, see peaceful protests, and play stupid about the root causes, of course. The left's attempt to hide its part in the 2020 violent crime surge in the aftermath of George Floyd's death was destroyed by a study that found collusion, like real collusion, between a Democrat activist group and the lapdog liberal media. And on a more humorous note, I guess, as I mentioned earlier this month, the intrepid House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who claims San Francisco as her home for some reason, pretended to be clueless about the causes behind violent crime sprees, including smash-and-grab looting in her hometown. And despite the misleading fudged numbers, leftist media propagandists like Don Lemon and Joy Reid and Joe Scarborough like to push, it's getting pretty damn bad out there. So how bad is it really, though? Well, a dozen U.S. cities eclipsed their annual murder totals before the final month of the year even began. All 12 had one very glaring thing in common. Can you guess what that is? You're probably correct. Every one of them is ran by Democrats. Speaking of idiotic Democrats, Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, otherwise known as Beetlejuice, in June went ballistic and lied her ass off when questioned by a reporter about the Windy City's staggering murder rate.
Mayor Lightfoot, what
Can you introduce yourself, sir?
Yes.
I don't think I'm familiar with you.
William Kelly, I'm with Newsmax. What I think everybody knows, but you didn't mention, I don't think any of your speakers here today mentioned it, is the reason why the hotels are empty, the reason why the storefronts are closed, is because of fear of violent crime.
No,
There was, well,
sir,
if I may ask my question, it's a simple question.
I will respond.
There's a woman, a pregnant woman was shot at a hotel across the street from here last week at 4 in the afternoon. Of course, we have this horrific Juneteenth, 50-some shootings. A young Hispanic couple pulled from their car and shot execution style. This video has gone viral. I don't think we've had any arrests in this case yet. A tourist came to Chicago and was stabbed in the back and murdered on Juneteenth here in the city of Chicago. Our police chief referred to the location of the stabbing as a homeless camp. Last time, I was born and raised in Chicago. I always considered it to be the financial district of Chicago, not a homeless camp.
Do you have a question, sir?
Yeah, so my question is, do you feel personally responsible for your rhetoric, your heated rhetoric is responsible for this off-the-charts violent crime in the city of Chicago?
So the premise of your question, which is it's chaos everywhere, and the fact of the matter is, sir, which you also didn't point out, but I will, so we get this straight, is that we're actually seeing a decline in homicides and shootings. Yes, sir. Sir. Okay. No. Let him ask his follow-up question so he doesn't claim that somehow we're being biased and slighting the guy from Newsmax. Please, sir, it's 6:30 going on 7. Ask your follow-up question.
Well, my follow-up question is simply this. Many residents in Chicago feel that you've lost control of the city. Now it appears as though you've lost control of the Chicago City Council. Do you owe an apology to the victims of violent crime, the thousands of unsolved shootings and murders and stabbings and random stabbings in the downtown and the south side and the north side and the west side? Do you owe these people any apology?
So once again, sir, I ask you to get your facts right. Crime is not out of control in our city. In fact, crime is on the decline. All of our major indices show that the decline in crime and our homicides and our shootings year over year are down. That's a fact, sir. And you, sir, I was polite and allowed you to spew your rhetoric, which is offensive to me and others, But I'm trying to be polite and professional and answer your question. But if you want to write your own narrative and irrelevant to what I'm going to say and what the facts are, then we'll just move on to the next reporter, Heather Sharon.
And the beat goes on, and the beat goes on, because every day is an IQ test when you're a Democrat. Most of this came by way of redstate.com. If you liked it, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment down below. There's a PayPal link in the description box, so please put $1 in the bucket on the way out the door. I'd like to thank everyone for all your donations. They're much needed and much appreciated. Now, with all that being said, we'll see you next time.
Come on, move! Move! Easy, easy.